The next guy who's going to talk to us, I warned him I was probably going to introduce him as a community activist. But he really is. He's a grassroots organizer to get people to work. He's just an honest one. And he really does what he says. He just doesn't say things and do things. So without any further than that, just Jordan Bush.
Our very own Gerald R. Ford quoted Jefferson in '72, I believe it was, when he said, "A government big enough to give you everything you want is a government big enough to take everything you have." And it's never been more fitting in the shadows of the Gerald R. Ford Presidential Museum that those words ring true today more so than ever. I just want to thank my fellow Tea Partiers for coming out on this historic day, and it truly is a historic day, and making our voices heard. And it's, are you fed up enough? Are you fed up with a government that consistently spends money it doesn't have? Are you fed up with a government that pressures lenders into offering loans to people who can't afford it and then paying them back with your money? Are you fed up with the bailouts, the stimulus package, the omnibus packages, the trouble asset packages? With a government whose tax code is so complicated, the Treasury Secretary can't even figure out how to pay his own tax. And if you are, rest assured, you're amongst friends right now. So what do? We still live in the greatest country on the planet, and we live in a state with the talent and resources to be a leader of men. Right now we're a little misguided. I just want to throw a couple of things out that we can do to get back our country and our state. The first is simple. Educate yourself and vote. Not just every 4 years in the big elections, but every election.
How about a recall?
Get to know your local candidates and your local issues. If we believe the government serves the people best at the local level, we have to be knowledgeable and active at the local level. The second is to support candidates, officials, and causes not with just money, but with your time. Volunteer at phone banks, get out door to door. I'm going to shamelessly plug, go to kentgop.org and check out what the grassroots committee is doing. Well, everybody else do it. You don't have to write a big check to make a big difference. And finally, continue having intelligent conversations with your friends, coworkers, and family. A passionate dialogue between two people will certainly go a lot further than just telling people they're wrong. And anyway, I really appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Keep what we're doing, and God bless.
That's awesome, Jordan. That's your homework. You got to go out and recruit people to get active. Voting's not enough. You got to vote intelligently. You got to do the research. You got to be involved. And every election counts, because from the small elections come the people who run for the bigger offices. Tina DuPont was so motivated by this horrible tax situation, she started putting together a Tea Party, but then she moved in to join us. Well, I have several small ones, so we didn't have a big one. So she was one of the rabble-rousers that caused this gathering.
I heard a really good statement that someone, I guess, said on the radio today, and it went something like, I went to sleep a mom and I woke up a terrorist. I have had so many taxes taken from me. This is my teleprompter. So we are the Tea Party of West Michigan. We were 4 people that didn't know each other 4 weeks ago. And we got on the internet, all of us looking for a Tea Party, thinking Grand Rapids would probably have one. And I told my husband after about a day and a half, honey, I can't find one. I'm gonna start it. Larry, Mark, and Jim, I'm not even sure where Jim's at, running around probably, and we started this group. Common sense is our goal, and we determined at the very first meeting that we needed to go on beyond the tea parties. We've had people in the crowd today. We're actually growing quite rapidly. I took a bus of 27 people to Lansing this afternoon, which was really awesome, although I have to say this one's better. Maybe not size-wise, but we've had some great speakers here. It's awesome. Anyway, I just want to read what our common sense to us is. It's not real legalese or anything, it's just common sense. Number one is to preserve the economic future for our children. Number two is to work for a return to the principles of our governing Constitution. Number three is to demand limited government. Number four, to promote the free market that made our country the leader of the world. Number five, to give support for individual and property rights. Number six is to provide a platform for giving like-minded people a voice. We have a Yahoo group. I know that's kind of old school, especially for those young people in the audience. We want to expand that. Yahoo was all I knew. So we could really use some help on the tech side, if any of you are interested. We also have a website, which is really new, so there's not a lot on it. But it's good and it's going to grow. One of our big things is we want to keep ourselves educated and in the process keep all of you educated. We need to know how these guys are voting, and we need to let them know when it's wrong, because they are our employees. We are their boss, and they have to know that. We're just really tired of them not understanding that little point. They are fired. A lot of them, I gotta say though, the young man he is awesome. I wish he was mine. I'm thinking I wish we had a brother of his to run in my area, because the guy that, I won't even go there. Anyway, we are running around with these little red slips. Please get one, especially if you have a talent we can use, but even if you don't, we are going to find a way to, again, get the votes out so everybody knows. And if there's other things like this, the website, good question. I have to read it because it's so new. It's Tea Party, get the right one. Tea Party of West Michigan, spelled out, westmichigan.com. The Yahoo group, which you'll have to become a member, is Tea Party of WMI at yahoogroups.com. And then my email is teapartyofwmi at charter.net. And we also have some sign-up forms here if you want to get on the Yahoo group. We'll get you going on that. And we're just going to keep going. We have a meeting Saturday. We don't even have a place yet. If anybody has a good central place that you want to start having our meetings at, that would be awesome. We are just for ordinary common people that didn't know each other, and now we do. And now I know a ton more just like me. One of the things